Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. This is almost comedic when you think about this. We are experiencing an epic collapse in our economy right before our eyes. We are seeing complete shenanigans in the stock market, and we're being told one thing when we're living through an absolute, complete alternative universe. So before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, guys, today is the day. Last day to get the free 7-day trial to foreclosure.com. If you're interested in foreclosures, short sales, bankruptcy sales, inexpensive real estate from around the globe, foreclosure.com is for you. They will give you a free 7-day trial. And one lucky person this weekend is going to be chosen to get a 3 months free for their service. Pretty cool. So let's get into it, guys. I'm shocked because the administration is telling us that we have 0% inflation, and yesterday we were told that we had 8.5% inflation across the board, but we just got our food inflation, okay? And guess what, guys? Prices have gone up higher since 1979. The highest they've been since 1979. I was in junior high back then, okay? You cannot make this stuff up, guys. This is just an epic, epic problem that is, affecting each and every one of us. Nobody wants to admit that that there's, this much of a collapse happening, but it's affecting every type of business. Still in the resort town, it's beautiful, but everybody I talk to talks about people spending less money, and the majority of the businesses have shortened hours. It's absolutely just crazy when you think about that, because, when you talk to people, what should we do? Where should we walk around? What should we take a look at? You're getting these, I won't call them warnings, but they are kind of warnings that people just don't have the money. People are not spending the money like they used to in the gift shops and the hat shop and the dress shops and the trinkety stuff and in the wine tasting places. Nobody's sitting around drinking wine during the day. So, and there's a ton of wine up here too. But with your food bill going up as much as it has, if you looked at inflation and compared it to the 70s, when food was included in this, guys, it would be at 18-19% right now. And they wouldn't be able to hide it at this point. So the problem with it is that it's a nice little park over here. You guys can take a look at this. You have to look at this stuff. Everybody that buys food, everybody that buys meat, everybody that buys anything, eggs, I am shocked at how high-priced everything is right now. And, we just went to a gourmet market to get some stuff and get some drinks before we went for our walk. And that's their biggest problem, is pricing merchandise. And then you have loose items that don't have prices on it. And guess what? You don't know the price until you go up to the register. So this is horrific, guys. This is a huge, huge problem, and nobody wants to sit there and admit that that this is happening. Now, LinkedIn, we talked about LinkedIn yesterday, and that one fool that was on there and having you guys connect with me. This place is really nice, just really peaceful, nice downtown park. LinkedIn, hiring freeze. They're not going to have the new hirings that they've had for months. Cut it all off, cutting back. Why is that? People aren't using LinkedIn anymore? No, they're not, guys. They're absolutely not using LinkedIn like they used to. Google, same thing. Google is having the hiring freeze right now, but one thing that's great is there's a great article talking about how more employees are worried about their PIPs. If you've ever worked for a big company, they have a performance improvement program where, listen, Dan, what you did was really awful, so we're going to put you under a PIP. And if you don't improve, it's going to be grounds to fire you. Oh, okay. Has anybody ever had one of these? Okay. Oh, gosh. You know, it's funny. Researching some of this stuff brings up stories in my head. I had a company that a guy put me under a PIP, and he was a degenerate, and I never liked this guy, and I had a problem with him from the day one. And one thing that this guy did, which was brilliant, was he said, listen, the big problem with the performance of my entire team is Dan. If you get rid of Dan, I guarantee I will double sales, okay? So they got rid of me, and that didn't happen, okay? And gleefully, 6 months and 1 day after that, they called him in and said, hey, remember what you promised us, that if we got rid of this one guy, you would just double your sales and do all this stuff? Yeah, but you don't understand with market conditions and everything else. And they ended up firing that guy. So, great, okay? So, anyways, the grass is not always greener working for other companies. There are a lot of big companies where people are starting startup gigs working for these big companies. There's a great article where people right now are tired of working for the big company, but what they're doing is starting their own business while they're working for places like Google and places like Microsoft and places like LinkedIn. They're starting side hustles and side gigs and selling whatever they can to keep their livelihood going. People need to make more money. This is a problem. This is what people are challenged with right now. And here's the thing. I am one of the people that have preached that we have not seen anything yet with inflation. And you're going to see so many places go out of business, mom and pop stores. And, you know, you see people walking through a town like this, okay? I'm just pointing things out. Nobody's got any shopping bags, okay? Nobody's buying anything right now. They're just looking at stuff, which last time I checked, looking doesn't pay the bills on stuff like this. So we just had the unemployment numbers announced yesterday. First time unemployment claims. Oh my gosh, they're up again. Can you believe that? Well, no, guys. Remember, we just had 526,000 people out of their jobs, but again, another 260,000 people lost their jobs. So, okay, well, who's stupid? Who believes this stuff, guys? Because I don't. I'm so tired of hearing these fake numbers and acting like everything's okay. The only thing that you can rely on, seriously, is your paycheck, what you're getting, paying your bills. I've had a lot of people reach out lately about gold and silver, and we're going to try to have a good recommendation to the channel for gold and silver. And, you know, I've researched a few companies. We'll find something for you guys. But again, make sure they have the inventory. I've heard about stories that people are buying online silver where they're waiting 45 days to get delivery. That's insane, guys. If they don't have it, don't place the order with them. There's that. Plus, look at the price of silver. Look at the price of dimes, quarters, things like that. Whatever you're in the market for, and don't pay a premium over $5 an ounce. $1.40 in that old change, I believe it's $1.40, is what an ounce of silver is. So if you have old quarters that are pre-1964 and earlier, I think it's $1.40 equals an ounce of silver. So if it's dimes, quarters, whatever, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if I have it off by 10 cents or 20 cents or something like that. But, guys, you know, to be told that there's nothing to worry about and just go about your day, you're kidding yourself. Real estate and the real estate market, the neo-Kashkaris of the world talking about having a prime lending rate at almost 4% is going to destroy loans for real estate. People cannot afford the average house right now. They just can't. And their buying power is shrinking. And with that, okay, honey, we can live in the house for a year or two without furniture. People are doing stupid things like that. And you know what? I saw this in the early 2000s. I saw this with the dot-com boom for people that lived in really high-end cities like Costa de Caza and Rancho Santa Margarita and Tribuco Canyon, and they would be so house poor. They would have newspaper on the windows covering up their windows, so you wouldn't see that they had nothing in the house. This is going to happen again before the entire collapse happens. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. There's a lot more to cover, but again, 13.1% on food. Well, guys, isn't it 8.5%? Oh, no, you don't count food in it because it's too volatile. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because this is nuts that we're being told that everything's good. And, again, save your money, pay off your bills, get ready for, you're going to see gas prices drop between now and the midterms. Just going to happen. And it always happens. And then it's off to the races. And I'm a firm believer that all hell is going to break loose after that. But, guy's wrong. Guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't have bills, guys, so I'm not worried about this. You should get to the point that you're at the point that you can sit there and analyze this stuff and plot and plan the security and the safety for your family, your loved ones, and your friends. Because when super rich people that I know that are sitting there telling me how they're not spending money, they're not traveling, they're getting rid of the car. Hey, I want to get rid of the lease. My wife saw your video. You talked about that. And we've got that Mercedes. Can we get rid of it? Try it, guys. Do it. Get rid of the bills right now, guys. Let me know what you think about this. I get reached out from all over the country, all over the world for that matter. And one thing that's fascinating is people in Canada. People in Canada are all concerned about the economy and what are you hearing about us, Dan? What's going on? Well, the Canadians, as far as the economists are all trying to, pitch this soft landing for Canada as far as the economy, but the bond market's a real problem. And you're going to see interest rates, because of their inverted yield curve that they have in Canada, it's going to only be a bigger problem for financing and for the real estate market that is about to collapse. The fact that Canadians' homes went to almost $1 million for the average Canadian home, now they're starting to drop. And the last figure I had was $774,000 in Canadian money. So, okay, it's a little off from the US dollar, but that's crazy. Now, people are cutting back in every way, shape, and form. When you think of a discount place to buy, what do you think of? Okay? You think of Target? You think of Walmart? Well, here's the thing. Walmart is trying to have a new plan to lure people back to discount shopping when it comes to Walmart, which I think it's funny. Yeah, I think it's crazy. Sure. So think about this. The dollar store is their biggest competition. Dollar Tree, 99-cent store, all that stuff is an absolute problem for Walmart because people are buying their laundry soap, dish soap, toothpaste, everything from these discount places and not buying it from Walmart anymore. How do we get these people back? Lower prices. People don't have the money right now that they had 6 months ago, a year ago, and they're making less and they're concerned about it more. So, plus I gotta be honest with you, every time I go to Walmart lately, the service has been awful. These places have been dirty. The places they used to be stocked 24/7. And they used to have Walmarts that were open 24/7, and now they just don't have those anymore. So, with that, you're starting to see, cracks in the armor for these big companies. And how do we lure everybody back? I think it's going to be years before they come back. I spoke with Denise, who's an agent, real estate agent for Berkshire Hathaway in Las Vegas, and had a great conversation with her about real estate in general and her experience. She was a mortgage broker in 2008 and saw the collapse last time and thinks that this is going to be much worse. Lived in Southern California and moved to Vegas after all that went down. Now, she's starting to see complete craziness. Houses that were listed at, my neighbor sold their house for $565,000. I want more than that. Well, the last one sold for 535. You need to list it less, like at 500. Oh my gosh. Okay. That house, okay, that they wanted 565 for is under contract right now for $420,000. Now, again, because Denise is a good agent, she can get, things done. It was great talking to her about this, but you're seeing more and more problems when it comes to the higher-end properties, the remodels, the people that went out and thought that they were, their own general contractor, and then Vegas has that flood a week ago, and all hell breaks loose. And you're seeing problems with the houses. You're seeing just massive amounts of inventory. Like she said, a few weeks ago, you got no offers on houses. Things were just sitting there, and now you've got, an abundance of homes for sale. This is going to be, it's going to get worse and worse, by the week right now. So we're going to use Denise as, our go-to expert in Vegas, just because of her expertise. And I'd like to meet her someday. But again, that's the type of agent that you want. You want somebody that has seen it all, has seen 2008, and understands what's going to happen. Because when you talk to her and reality sets in, Dan, interest rates are going up. These people don't realize that they overpaid for these assets. And people that paid $1.5 million for some of these higher end houses that are in country clubs that have, you have all these other expenses along with the property too. Just the beginning of this, guys. Just the absolute beginning of this. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because again, you can kid yourself. You can talk about how there's no inflation, and all we're seeing is things just completely escalate out of control right now. But the problem, where it all begins, is going to be in real estate. And when you talk to an agent like Denise, who's got her hand on the pulse of this industry and sees everything and has been around the block, that's the person you want to deal with. Someone like that knows what's going on. It's like when I recommend Scott Walters, think about this. 2.5 years ago, the average house in Santa Barbara is $800,000. Now, $1.6 million. Okay? It's nuts. And these people are doing everything they can to sell these houses, and they're having nothing but problems. But here's the number one thing. These home builders got real arrogant, and, they would pay what they called participation to agents. Listen, Denise, bring us a buyer, and we'll pay you a commission of 2% if you bring Dan in to buy a house. Okay, that's fair. Dan's qualified. He can afford this. He's going to live in this neighborhood. Boom. Then they lowered that from 2% down to 1%. Okay? Then the home builders, Pulte, Lennar, people like that, then they lowered this, guys, down to $1,000. Now you can sit there and say $1,000 is $1,000 to give somebody a referral. Maybe, okay? But it got worse because eventually Pulte and home builders like that said, we're going to give you nothing. We're going to give you 0% right now. Okay? $0, 0%, nothing. Now, here's the crazy thing. Right now, in the last week, the home builders, guess what they're paying now in Las Vegas for people like Denise? 5%, guys. 5%. Bring us a buyer, Denise. Give you 5%. It's crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. Okay? You're going to see this get so much worse. This is the beginning of it right now. This is not even the end of it. This is not even close to problem time right now. But when you talk to someone like Denise, who has seen this, and she's like, Dan, we're seeing it all over again. And I'm worried and I'm ready. That's who you want to hire. You want to hire an agent like that, like Scott. People that I talk to, it's an absolute pleasure talking to her because she knows what she's talking about. But she knows the neighborhood. She knows things like that. And again, I don't care where you live. I don't care where you're going to buy your houses at, okay? Talk to somebody who's been around there because, you want somebody that has seen it. And the problem with it is that this is just the beginning, guys. All these beautiful homes out in Vegas that were $700,000-$800,000 that are now selling for $500,000. Why is that, guys? Well, Vegas is horrible. No. You guys, think about it. The Oakland A's, they want to move them to Vegas. They want to make Vegas recession-proof. And, they may build that stadium out there. It would take 3 years. If they started today, it would take 3 years to build that stadium. They haven't started the stadium. They haven't gotten approved yet, but they're going to get the Oakland A's out there. They got a football team out there now. They got the ridiculous Raiders out there. Okay. The girls squad's playing, every Sunday. So share your thoughts on that. Oh, by the way, they'll go 2-14, 2-15 this year. That's my prediction. Anyways, share your thoughts. I would infuriate people with that one. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. But again, this is what we're living through, guys. And again, third inning, baby. Remember that, okay? Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Maybe we should go for a ride in the trolley. Okay? I wonder if he'd let me drive. Any chance you'd let me drive it? No? Okay. Worth asking though, bro. There's a few stories, just a myriad of different things I wanted to share with you guys. Great story out of Reuters about how food and the price of food is going to skyrocket and it's going to destroy companies. First things first, when you talk about Russia and Ukraine and the war and how it's affected things, people think of wheat, that wheat was the biggest problem. Well, you also got the fish industry, cod and things like that were from Russia that have been absolutely decimated by this time. And there's going to be other products that are going to come that are going to be limited as a result of this, but it's going to be a company killer, is what they say. So there's that. Next thing is North Carolina. North Carolina wants to have a gas credit card given to people where they get basically a free debit card with $200 on it to buy gas because of how expensive fuel is right now. So it'll be interesting to see if that gets pulled off anytime soon. And if they can do it, again, hi, we want to give you guys $200. So when are we going to get the $200? It's got to be timely for this stuff to work. So, the problem with labor, the problem with hiring people right now is it's a real problem because you're seeing more and more companies that are cutting back on hours, cutting back on benefits, cutting back on just, general services for the companies. And if you look at these large companies, the small ones are doing it too. Robinhood, the stock trading app, they have to face charges. A judge just issued a ruling that they have to, face potential stock manipulation because they manipulated the price of meme stocks and things like that and allowed it to happen on their platform. So that's going to be utterly fascinating if they get in front of a judge and have to answer to things like that because, for every person that made a bunch of money on this, there's a ton of people that lost their shirt on that. So there's that. The other thing is Sears. When was the last time you guys, thought about Sears? When I was a kid, the Sears catalog would get delivered. And I'm telling you guys, it was that thick. It was huge. And it was something you would just spend days going through as a young kid with things that you would hope that your parents would buy you for Christmas, or birthday, or whatever, from go-karts to cool stuff to sporting equipment to everything that they had in that catalog. It was shopping fantasy land. Sears, at one point, became the world's largest retailer. And, they crashed and burned. Eddie Lampert is the guy that was the CEO, and he was blamed for burying the company and taking it, south and having it lose everything. And they entered bankruptcy in 2018. 2018, guys. They finally have a deal to exit bankruptcy. Think about this. And this number, when I saw it, I said, that's not right. $179 million is all they have to pay the creditors. Now, you can sit there and go, that's a lot of money. No, it's nothing, guys. When you have billions of dollars in bills, and these people are going to get a song, they're going to get a pittance of this. I had one time where somebody had to pay me out of bankruptcy, and, we were high-fiving each other at 25.5%, in the dollar, getting our money. But this will be catastrophic for these people because they're going to get nothing compared to what they're owed. So there's that. So right now there's just a handful of Sears that are open right now, and there's a few, there's over 1,000 Kmarts that are open because they're owned by them. But are you guys excited about this? You think that Sears is going to be where America shops again? Because I don't. I don't sit there and hold my breath that Sears is going to be a major retailer. Online, maybe. There's a guy named Ty Lopez. Tai Lopez has gone out and bought major retailers that have gone bankrupt, and he's put them online. Whether you like Tai Lopez or not, he's taken, things like Dress Barn and other companies like that and bought them out of bankruptcy. A few years ago, probably 8, was at a dinner party, and some guy says, I have the rights to members only. And I can sell you the members only rights for a few $100,000. Would that be something worth resurrecting? Well, guys like Tai Lopez, who's a smart businessman, very smart online, has gone online and bought things like Radio Shack and Dress Barn, and I know he's got a bunch of others, and you guys can tell me that. You can tell me what an idiot Tai Lopez is too. It's your call on your opinion on this. But what about Sears? Is Sears going to be an online brand that we're going to go to again? Because I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I think it's done. The blue light special at Kmart is done. Okay? So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. And let me know about all this stuff, guys. Okay? So share your thoughts and everything. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. First things first, China is having a huge problem with their real estate. And they think it could spill over to the entire country and also affect the world's economy. Stories below. Okay? That's all the press they get. But it's bad. Okay? Now, 2 people, Janet Yellen and Elon Musk, were talking about the same thing today. Janet Yellen said, do not worry about the 87,000 IRS agents because they're not going to go after the little guy. Okay, they're going to go after billionaires because there's 87,000 billionaires to chase after. It's you and me, folks. Trouble's coming, okay? Next one is Elon Musk mocked and ridiculed the government and talking about how it's ridiculous that they're going to hire all these IRS agents to come after the little guy. So love him or hate him, you got to love Elon Musk for this. Now, final story. It's kind of not a business story, but it's kind of funny. Carla Johnson is a woman that had called a Florida 911 dispatch for the police dispatch 11,000 times. So much so that she would call daily. One day, think about this, she made 512 phone calls in one 24-hour period of this dispatch just to infuriate these people, to get them with fake emergencies and fake calls, but just to harass them. So I got a kick out of Carla Johnson, who's 50, and she's in a little bit of legal hot water now. So imagine your business, or imagine the police getting berated with 11,000 phone calls and 512 in one day. Nuts. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, guys, last chance, foreclosure.com. Get a free 7-day trial. Use the link below. Foreclosures, bankruptcy, short sales. And again, after talking to Denise out of Vegas, there's going to be a lot more foreclosures coming soon. But use that link below. One lucky winner through the weekend is going to be chosen. They're going to get 3 months free from foreclosure.com. Onward and upward, guys. Let me know what you want to see more of. And see you guys very soon.